All right, it's not every day that you meet someone who has multiple talents, so today you are in for a treat. When Malena Zanjani isn't up on stage performing, you may find her in the kitchen baking, and today she's going to share her recipe for bacon cupcakes. This is so exciting. I love this. How'd you get started baking? Has it always been a hobby of yours?
Yeah, it's always been a hobby. I just started doing it more for actual people other than my family, maybe a few years ago.
And we have some pictures. Very impressive cakes you make, too. I remember last 4th of July you had that checkerboard cake, which is pretty cool. What are we looking at here?
That was for a birthday party. Yeah, she wants something glamorous.
Well, that certainly is.
So they're just some fun colored cupcakes.
I love that.
And that was for
Spidey.
Yeah, he loves Spider-Man, so Jamin wanted Spider-Man cake.
Are these time-consuming?
Yeah, they take some time. Yes.
All right. Where did the recipe come from for the bacon cupcakes?
I had seen a bark that I made for my boyfriend that was with the candied bacon. So I figured, you know, what if we made that in cupcake form? Just kind of reconstructed it and did it a different way. So.
All right, let's get started. Show me what we're doing.
First thing we have to do is make the bacon for the candied bacon.
Okay.
So you start off with cooled bacon that you've already cooked, and then I like to crumble it up using scissors because it's just easier. So would you want to cut some bacon
I certainly
up for
will.
me? Sure. Okay, then there's a few steps, but it's actually a lot easier than it looks. It's going to mess a lot of bowls. So next you have your simple syrup, which is just equal parts water and sugar, and you want to melt and cool that.
Okay.
And then after we cut that up, we're going to put that in there. Then the final step is going to be your egg wash, which you want to take an egg white, beat it till it's light and foamy, and then you're going to add black pepper, which is kind of weird because
why are we adding that? What does that do?
It just gives it a little bit of spice, as well as you're going to add a little bit of cayenne.
Okay.
So it's going to give it a little bit of a kick, but it's good. For some reason, it all just works together. Yeah.
Was there some trial and error with this recipe?
A little bit. I think I was just talking to someone yesterday. I think I want to add cinnamon to it too. So if anyone at home wants to experiment.
Some cinnamon?
Yeah.
All right, what do you think? Keep chopping?
No, that looks perfect because you want it, chunky.
Okay.
All right. So next thing you're going to do is you're going to put that in your simple syrup.
Now we're kind of candying the bacon here, would you say? Okay.
That's what's going to give it that like sugariness. It's going to make it caramelize in the oven. So give that a nice coat in the simple syrup. And then you're going to drain that off because you don't want too much of the sugar, else it's just going to burn in the oven.
Okay.
So then you put that in your egg wash. Give that a toss in your egg wash. Would you like to do it?
Certainly. I love bacon. I'm glad it's not just for breakfast.
No, no. And then after you do that, you're going to spread it out on a baking sheet and bake it for like 30 minutes at 350.
Okay.
And that's going to be your candied bacon, which is in the jar right over there.
And you have some done already?
Yep, we already did some.
All right.
Here, I'll grab it. And it's also a really good gift, too, because...
Can you just munch on it?
Yeah, totally. I think my boyfriend put it on macaroni and cheese.
Ooh, that's really good.
It was, yeah, I mean, he liked it. Sure, absolutely. It's got a little bit of a kick, so...
That's great, though.
All right, next we're going to take our cupcakes.
Which you have made already.
Yes. Now with
any particular recipe, or do you...
Just whatever your favorite chocolate cupcake recipe is. Now my trick is when they're still hot from the oven, for a really easy filling, instead of getting a piping bag and doing all that, you just stuff a few mini marshmallows right in the center, and it's going to melt and just get really,
what a great idea.
Yeah, it's all going to come together, and then when you open it up, it's just going to be this like really fluffy, delicious marshmallowy center. Yeah. So.
Great.
Yeah.
And I see we have some frosting here.
We do. Would you like to pipe some on?
Yeah. What is it?
It's
what kind
caramel buttercream.
All right. So am I supposed to?
Yep. You could just swirl it around. Nicely done. Awesome.
So when you make the frosting?
Yep, you make the frosting. It's super easy. All it is 2 sticks of butter.
Okay.
4 cups of confectioner sugar, and then you just add a couple tablespoons of caramel. It's all, it's to taste at the end, whatever. Okay. And I like to add a ton of frosting.
Yeah, you can't go wrong with frosting, right?
No.
Let's put a little more on this guy.
There you go. Great. And then there's only 2 more steps. I know there's a lot of steps.
Why do yours look better?
It's worth it.
Mine. I guess you're the pro here.
Here, I'll get you a spoon.
Thanks.
We'll do some drizzling.
I'm going to watch you do this.
Okay. It's a little thick.
And this is just melted chips?
Just melted. I just took, the really big Hershey bars and just melted a couple of them
in
the microwave. Just do it, 30 seconds at a time. That way you don't burn it. And then you just make a little design. It could be messy. They're baking cupcakes. They're meant to be fun.
Now, I remember last time you were here, you would make a certain type of dessert for your band members.
Yes.
Tell us that story.
Yeah, I started off by paying my guitarist using cookies.
How'd that work out? Nobody minded because your cookies are so good, right?
It worked out for a long time, yeah. And then it was my other guitarist's wife that asked me to do my first cake.
Ah.
So it all kind of started with them.
And you're making cakes now for birthdays, showers, just about anything,
yep.
huh? How can people find you?
MalenaMakes.com. That's where the order form is and all that. And
okay.
Yep.
And then this is just the finishing touch?
This is
you
the
put
finishing
a little
touch,
bacon on
add
top?
a little bacon.
All right, we are going to try this at the end of the show. Thank you very much for sharing the
you.
recipe. You can find it on WTNH.com.